players traveling from across the world. One final game to find out who our 100 players are for tomorrow's $1.5 million final.
Game 4 coming in, a northwest to southeast bus approach, and already at the top you have people dropping over the water. You're gonna have looks like Junk Junction might be a little busier than usual. I would expect players to stretch Wailing Woods, Risky Reels, Flush and Greasy probably pretty often in a situation like this, especially competitive players. They know that targeting the outside zone is important, but Tyler's, if he's looking to put a record elimination count up this game, going for 11 or more, he's got to jump into the heat, and I think that's exactly the plan. Going to salty smack dab almost in the center of the map, looking to see if he can pick up a couple early eliminations. Going to hit the tree house, it looks like. 3 chests possible. No, he flies past, going to the house at the end of the street there.
This is actually my exact skin loadout.
It looks like he bypassed a weapon, gets the pump action shotgun and an LMG instead, which is an excellent loadout up close against whoever's in the roof above him. And now it's kind of the time to choose when to engage. Whoever's up there, you better look out.
Oh, he's great. He's got minis. He's going to fight this right away. Middle treehouse, and I believe the player who landed on Tyler is actually built up and out towards the sniper tower, trying to avoid that engagement.
Ashton getting engagement over here at the hotel. Got to hit those shots. 1 left, and he couldn't secure it. Rogue's Double O Flower gets his first elimination. Only 14 HP left.
Here's Ecstatic over towards Double L's.
Ooh.
Eliminating Ectic.
In the stairwell, players will take advantage of that.
Fourth
like
party
Tempo.
now.
Everybody, there's a party going on here, and everybody wants a piece of these elims. These early ones count big time, especially if it's could potentially be a player's first point.
Well, there goes half of Double L's.
Editing his way in. Tempo sees. I almost expected a shotgun shot trying to snipe an elimination there. Marsh in the feed taking a little boat out. Stick the General getting elimination on Bumboy, while these players are still untilted. The C4, almost. There it is. Tempo at 5 HP, and the shot from Ryan Rex gets Tempo eliminated.
I think Tempo's still got to be proud of his performance tonight, though, especially from earlier on. Sheesh, that's an awkward spot for Godvat as King BO2 just beams him there with that little health. But then, unfortunately for King BO2, you see, I think that was Blind pushing
blind
on it, right?
Back here, Senrio back in Pleasant Park, going for the revolver shot, misses, but doesn't even matter. The sound cues, people will hear it, and actually maybe not. He was still smacking materials on the way in. Joker and Tame might have caught him off guard.
He's going for this, and he has no idea just how much health Posey has. Posey's...
Oh, the third party, the snipe, 162 meter. Maybe even a method of shield checking, see if his opponent is weak enough that under 100, there it is. Turns around as Nikiski dropping down, but the third party coming in. The shots from the hill on Tilted, which is exactly what Nikiski was looking at pushing towards. Nikiski, Divine's teammate, eliminated there, and Sloss has 2 elims.
This was King against Blind. Blind just drops on in, and 2 quick crits from that tack shotgun will send him home. Here's Tyler's from last game, promised 11 elims in that interview. Still at 0, but still, it doesn't matter for him. He had the perfect performance in game 3.
53 players left. The circle's about to close. We're going to see where people are going to have to move next, and it's basically centered in the previous storm. So everybody's about the same distance, equidistant from the outside edge. Nobody has too much pressure, but there is under 2 minutes. You got to start making moves before too long, because you want to get into these circles early. Competitive players, they're going to try and gatekeep, and if you're outside of the circle, oh, fade! Baited. Tyler's goes down, 0 eliminations.
Heavy shotgun, man. Heavy shotgun. The highest damage output of any shotgun. That heavy when it hits a crit headshot, and it shows it right there. That was Tyler was running in with 142 HP. Kev is popping the Chug Jug, hands off the keyboard, just hoping it even has time to use it.
It's on the far west side too. You see the map there in a top-down view of the area that Kev's getting that the Chug Jug off on. 2 players already engaging each other, and it looks like someone is trying to hunt Kev down. The audio cue from that Chug Jug could be very revealing. Players like General, you see that he's pyramiding on top of his own ramp to block a pyramid attempt from his opponent. Maybe even a trap player. Gets the shotgun shut off. Looks like 80 shield damage, which means he knows his opponent still has some shield left. You didn't hear the audio cue. It's Yo-Yo, keep it up, a player we've seen in previous summer skirmishes. Puts on a good show, but cannot clutch. Gets dropped down. General drops the platform out from underneath him. Yo-Yo falls in and gets shotgunned.
He's trying to move quick to drop down. There you go. This was that fight we missed earlier on when Crypto picked up the legendary double barrel shotgun. 1, 2.
The
nice little swap to the pistol. That rare pistol is quite good when the bullets connect. Here's Kyle over on in crates just above retail. Looking for whatever he can get. The epic assault rifle, quite good. Absolutely shreds, and the drum gun as well. Swapping between 2 spray weapons. You see all the builds coming on in, denying any bit of high ground he can. Now he'll try to match the build himself. Follows it on up. Joshua just below. Definitely a health advantage here for Kyle. Seems like he's having trouble spotting exactly where he is. Oh, you hate to see that if you're Kyle. There he goes, Joshua with the elim, his first of the game.
Now you see the board here, 6 players currently with 3+ eliminations. Actually just went up 7. DT, Sakairos, and Marsha, the only ones still alive though. So you've got 4 players that have earned themselves a single point, plus those elims, which can mean all the difference for tiebreakers. We still have 3 alive that can keep pushing the elimination count, go for more points. Only 2 more eliminations separate them from 2 points, and that we've seen the last 2 days has been enough to push them into Monday's grand finals.
Diabolic falling down this hill. Look at the zone at his back. Time is against him as he's going to have to move on in. Knows there's one player in this broken house.
Speedy peaks.
Nearly gets a haircut there from the player. He's going to keep on moving. Keep placing these walls.
Damage yet either. 100 still in the feed. Blind goes down to Rex. And Blind this game did not have enough elims to get a point. Not high enough rank to get a point, so no points from this game for Blind. As previously we were watching Joshua versus one on the backside of the wall here. We were hoping, I guarantee you, Kyle was beating himself up. There's a level of inaccuracy there. The spray from the SMG just didn't connect enough.
His tracking was not very good in that fight, and that's what cost him the grenades. Sakairos trying to outbuild it, trying to stay alive. Not many mats left to his name. 3 elims so far, so 1 point earned, but now he's getting shot from multiple areas, down to 5 HP. I think the end is near here, Lupo.
If he clutches this, no. He almost used the rip to go.
Oh my gosh.
Opted not to because the shot stopped. He's going to get bandages off. Nope, he heard more shots come in. A layer got knocked out, and that's a good call. I'm actually extremely impressed at the hesitation on using the rip to go because he was trying to hold on to that. It's such a powerful item to have late game. You can reset an engagement that you are at a big disadvantage in by just getting up on top of everybody. But he has to take advantage, box himself in, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is an extremely obvious location. Those walls don't belong. I mean, they don't belong to the...
what gives it away?
Exactly.
That they're building, that they're not obviously the same structure. There's a lot that's not good for him right now.
If somebody watched him move in there, they're in a prime position to get
Kevin Hysteria. Kev trying to build on up. Hysteria had much lower health, but that's not the case anymore. Hysteria, 3 eliminations. And the sigh of relief, it seems, from him as he lives to see another day. Gone nearby as well. Gal looking to push his engagement. I think he thinks Hysteria is very weak, but little does he know, Hysteria was basically gifted a med kit. He's still got some shields left. I think that this is Hysteria's fight to take as well.
Applying pressure in a situation like this, especially when you have somebody very close to the edge of a mountain. Hysteria can't back out of this easily unless he goes for elevation as well. You see the push now coming from Gone, knowing full well that he's got his opponent in a tougher spot just by applying pressure previously. Those kind of shots to knock down surfaces, that's going to make players that are very aware of when a push is going to come. They're going to stop healing, they're going to put up a wall, and Gone knows that, which means he may have interrupted a heal. The aggression, it's absolutely the perfect time, but Hysteria going for a play there, trying to get him on YouTube and jumping up above the bounce pad to get elevation. A great play. 41 damage, no shield remaining, is going to go for it. Another one, the shot's midair and gets the elimination on Gone.
Beautifully done by Hysteria, his 4th elimination of the game. And he's going to go ahead and drop on into the low gravity zone. On the ground, just throwing some grenades, not much ammo left. Needs to use anything he can get to drop this player down. Can he get the 5th elim? Joda down to just, what, 30 HP and some minis. Hysteria gets control of the wall. Spray. Can he hit the shots? It doesn't appear so as of yet. Will he elect to go from the top? Joda. He's trying to get an edit on the wall out, and Hysteria knows that. He's got the high ground yet again, and Hysteria fails the build, so he'll be back to the low ground. But Jonah's down here again. Another shot. Jonah even weaker. Hysteria trying to follow it up. This will be for the 5th elim and 2 points. He just seems, he's not building ramps. No! Still can't hit the shot.
At that point when he was jumping around the left side over there, I'm surprised he didn't build a ramp to get over the top. I guess at this point, I mean, if
that's all he's got left. This is all the ammo he has left to use. This small ammo in the minigun. Another shield tag. Hysteria just pleading to get this elim. Now he gets third party down to 45 HP, and you know Jonah heard that.
This feels almost like potentially like a loss of focus. He's so locked in on getting the 5th elimination for that 2nd point that he's
and now Jonah's
like he forgot the build. He's getting third party now from the back, and the Storm's going to push him even more. He just got shot from the angle. He's got to move in. He's opting to go for the elimination, go for the number 5, get the 2nd point, hit the last shot, and he gets it on wheels.
And he's going to be happy with that.
In the Storm. That's 2 points.
He's going to be happy with that. That's 2 points for Hysteria. We saw him with a 2-point game earlier on. We'll be seeing him tomorrow for sure in Monday's $1.5 million grand final. Colton, who I was going to touch on, had so little to his name. That was before he wound up jumping to that low grab mode. That's how he got his 1 elim of the game. Gyre, there's the heavy, breaks the wall and tags the health. That's why it's so useful. Down to our top 25 players. This is the last game of the night. Again, folks, remember, this entire week we've been going live at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That is not the case tomorrow. Tomorrow's $1.5 million grand finals begins at 11 a.m. PST. Spend your holiday with us here to see who can take home that $225,000 top prize.
Prism, Nazgul, the Storm starting to push players in. This is where we get some crazy engagements. Everything kind of turns into chaos. You see a lot of players stacked on top of each other in the middle, but who's left on the outside? That east, south, and southwest sides, those are all, they're all going to have to push in. You see
he just needs one more for a point.
Nazgul getting young. Prism in the feed. Shotgun shots. Oh, SMG spray right there. He's looking. He's hunting. Gyre wants one more shot with that heavy sniper. Fade right on the edge. Just barely safe, but he's going to have to move quite a bit. The next circle is in the southeast side.
Only 123 metal left to his name. Nazgul under 50 health. Airco maxed HP right next door, wondering if he's able to push on in and try to force that engagement. Kriz is still in this as well from C9 at 200 health. A strategy we've seen with this heavy sniper, you kind of use it as a battering ram to push through a wall, then follow it up with a shotgun.
Look at Sokka
has literally 1 health, 1 HP. But how would Gyre know?
Faye gets the elimination on Rex in the feed, taking the shot, just barely clipping his own floor after the snipe shot. Potentially maybe cost him a little bit of damage there since the shots didn't go in on the wall.
Again when we get that replay?
He's got to move so just close. A little bit.
He's actually not had to move for the last, what, 2 zones? Can't ask for much more if you're Gyre.
Going to have to wiggle this time around, too. Bartnologist super close to his opponent there with 1 HP, Sokka, and we have Fade here basically.
Gyre got the snipe!
He did.
He just got the snipe on the big saucy, which will give him a point. That might be the thing that qualifies him for tomorrow. We'll see in the standings after this game.
Did Fade not realize there was somebody right next to him
Doesn't
moving
matter.
in?
He died to the zone too. Fade dies to the zone.
But he was at 4 eliminations.
Yeah.
If he had made the choice to try and get a shotgun shot off on that player that was also stuck outside, that could have been a 2nd point for him. But he didn't. He went for the push, and there's so many layers there.
Here it is from Gyre. Oh my gosh. And look, there's the relief. Knows just how key a 3rd elim for 1 point could be. Gyre's lost a good amount of HP.
2 more left, and then players start. Crispy just was lost to the Storm. 2 more players go down, and then everybody that's left gets at least 1 elimination just based, or sorry, 1 point based on rank alone. Gyre going to layer up on top of himself. Now's the time. You just kind of hang out inside. Only 30 HP left, so he can't take too much Storm damage. The Storm doesn't affect shields. Players, these guys, they're so on top of that he knows he's got to start moving early. He knows he can't spend too much time in the Storm. He can't move too early, though. You're going to take some ticks from that. Like these catacombs of buildings inside here. All the players that they put down just to secure every movement they can. There's so many angles to C4, and his builds might not be enough to save him from something like this. We'll see here in a second. He's going to try and start making moves. 2 more players need to go down, and then Gyre gets a 2nd point here, which would put him in potentially on Monday.
He knows this too. He actually, I thought he got pulled into the roof to go too. We swap perspectives to Bartnologist.
Lands, there's multiple players both above and below him. The footsteps are every direction.
Another rift to go was just used. Fake Jesus eliminates 1. Airco, and that elim. Gyre gets elimed in 11th place, so he doesn't earn the extra point.
That gives everybody that's still alive a single point, though. Barnologist just watched somebody drop down. I'm surprised he didn't peek over the corner and try and go for a shot. That shotgun. But he's waiting inside, secures himself inside a little base. Airco, Vape Jesus getting multiple eliminations to feed. Frizz takes Airco out. Ponzi all eliminated.
Geomoc's had a quiet day so far, but this is his opportunity. A victory royale, 2 more limbs. Either of this could really just fly him up these leaderboards to join Tempo and Tfue, who we're expecting to see tomorrow. Barnologist with his second elim of the game. 5 players left. It all comes down to this for some of these players. The launch pad to re-secure the high ground. Barnologist starts to play the low ground now as well. Looks like that's Tempo Vape Jesus who's dropping down. 3 players left. Barnologist with another elim to knock out JP2 from LG.
This gives Vape Jesus 3 points based on being 3rd place and having 3
Same with Barnologist.
Excellent games for both of them. Barnologist gets the drop in and the trap for the elim. The last 1v1. That trap might come in big, depending on the angle. Oh! Goes off, Jamok dodges it, trying to peek up over the top. This corner right here could be it.
He's got to watch this trap on the other side of the wall. Drops on down, the quick tag, shotgun in hand.
Him around the corner.
Jamok with the victory. He knows that might have been all the difference. Dodges the trap twice and gets the final elim for the victory royale. Well, following on in, but here are our final standings, folks. Tyler's at the top, 11 elims, 8 total points. Tempo, Vape Jesus, Tfue, Kriz, Hysteria there as well. Chap and Geomok joining the club. Nick Merckx in that 16th spot. We'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Barnologist, congratulations. On to page 2. Remember, it's top 33. We have to see on page 3 who will be the last spot, but the crowd getting behind. Double O Flower there, and Cryomi